What did you think the biggest issue was? I'm curious.
I will answer after you because I don't want to sway you.
Possession game, right? Rebounding, absolutely dominated us on the boards. Even in the second half, we didn't fix it. It was a little better, but they I don't know what they were in the possession game. Plus 12. I know at halftime they were plus 12. You know, when teams getting 12 more possessions than you, especially they're making their threes. That's tough. And then I thought in the second half we fought. We were cut it to 9, I think, and but I think we were 4 for 28 from 3 in the second half. So I felt like we got it to 9 and had some good looks, and they didn't go down. So, but they dominated us from a physical standpoint.
So a situation like that, like at halftime, can you change like a crashing strategy mid-game? Like you crash with a third guy mid-game, or is that something that you can do aggressively or not aggressively?
You're saying how could we have mitigated their crashing?
No, I'm actually more thinking on the, like you guys had 2 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Too. So like if you're not stopping them, is it possible?
Yeah, no, I think our offensive rebounding percentage is like in the 83rd percent. We did start to go to the boards. I mean, that's our, that's in our DNA, and that when you really add all that up, those are energy things. They're physicality things. Are you willing to because you have to expend energy to do that? And for some reason tonight we weren't. Our energy level was super low, and that kind of in every phase. And their energy level was through the roof. And every 50-50 ball, like 2 guys jumping, they got it. Rebound 50-50, they got it. And then obviously the way they shot the ball, they shot way over their head. But when they're getting extra possessions, just makes it really hard.
Hey Kenny, bear
Chris.
with me. I've had the hiccups all game. What did you see from the offense beyond the first quarter?
Listen, how should I say it politely? It's a work in progress. We're average to sub-average. Again, we're not moving that thing around like we should, and we got to get back to our identity a little. Shot quality wasn't great, but it's really kind of the product of how we're playing. Too much dribble, and then we're not offensive rebounding. So, which is part of a good offense. So, we knew there was going to be bumps, with the group, and then you throw tonight out. Sam's not out there now. You got a different look. You're playing, obviously with kind of different spacing out there. He gives us great gravity. But I thought in the second half we got some really good looks from 3, 4 for 28. Tough to come back. I thought we battled, got it to 9, like I said. And part of that was the offensive rebounding. We battled there, but we never slowed them down. Their rebounding down, never slowed them down, and that was a big difference.
So you guys have played 5 games so far this year, and I think in 4 of them now you have talked about the rebounding. Where's your concern level with what you're seeing in terms of rebounding, and how fixable do you think it is?
It's fixable. We can do it when we lock in. We can do it. We're kind of waiting. We're not being assertive. We're just kind of waiting for the game, for the rebound to happen. We're not being proactive, and that's fixable. That's a focus and a mentality, we just gotta. We can do it. We've done it. We've proven we can do it. So we just gotta lock back in.
We talked before the game about Donovan popping up on the injury report with the hamstring issue. Did you sense him laboring throughout?
No,
the
no,
game?
no. He was fine. Told me he was fine. Felt great in warm up. So so nothing there.
Can you
Yep.
talk about, you mentioned energy a few times here. It appears part of it, like you say, waiting, is part of it's mental.
Of course.
And is that, after the year you had last year, the great regular season, is that one of the big challenges for you guys this year to kind of, gather it up and let's go do it again?
I mean, I don't think that's kind of an excuse, and I know you're not making that, but I do think we're hungry. We're a focused group. I think tonight, just wasn't it was one of those nights in the NBA where you just weren't great. It kind of outplayed us at every position. We lost a coaching battle, so it happens. So we'll bounce back. We got a good group. We got great leadership. For some reason, we didn't have the requisite juice tonight. Sometimes as a coach, you got to go look at the film. Film will reveal a lot, but I think everything I've said tonight is pretty evident. Where we fell down tonight.
Last one. I
Yeah.
did have one more question.
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
rebounding. Offensive rebounding around the league is like totally different than it was 3-4 years ago now. Like how many guys are crashing, the amount that teams are prioritizing offensive boards.
Distance from the rim that the ball's landing.
Totally.
And
teams are like having crashers like box in guys, right, and come from the high side. Like, do you have to teach defensive rebounding differently now?
Yeah,
Is that so much more
definitely.
box
I think perimeter, I think in kind of like recent history, you'd really talk about the scrum rebounds, and now, although listen, we lost the scrum rebounds too. Don't get me wrong, but we also lost the perimeter rebounds. I mean, Garza had 5. Garza dominated it. I mean, 5 offensive rebounds. So, we kind of lost. We lost a rebounding battle everywhere, but it's definitely you have to strategize. Always, this NBA is always evolving, right? I know we've addressed it. We've talked about it. We obviously, this is the number one focus of our scout tonight. We did everything but fly a plane over with the what do you call those things? The banners. Yeah, we didn't. That's the only thing we didn't do. Is that we got to win the possession game. So maybe next time we come here. But listen, credit. Man, they came out hungry and more aggressive. Have more energy, and usually when that happens, especially if you're playing on the road, if you can't match that, you're going to end up taking 20 in the mug.
Donovan's shot profile tonight, Kenny, he had 9 threes, just 3 shots inside the arc. Was there something specific that the Celtics were doing?
Listen, they give up a lot of threes like they did. We had 60 in the preseason. I think they've turned into a protect the paint team. Which is, everyone's got their strategy. So we knew we were going to get threes tonight. So yeah, you got to shoot them. Yeah, I mean, that's the league. And I thought the quality of our threes were good. That's what I thought. I thought where we fell down was when we were in the paint. They walled up, and we tried to force kind of those long paint twos. Those were the ones that bothered me. But the threes, if he takes 9 threes, that's a good thing for us the way he shoots it.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.